Hey guys, WhatAboutAmeobi here. We're gonna check out the new official course that's come out from 2K, the 11s Club, which I'm led to believe is Gareth Bale's dream course. If you don't know who Gareth Bale is, he's a soccer player. He played for Tottenham Hotspur, was really quite good for them, signed for something like 80 or 90 million pounds with Real Madrid, and had mixed results over there, but became much better known because Real Madrid's a bigger team. He's a massive golf fan. I've seen videos in the past where his, well, if you can call it a backyard, it's a massive estate he lives on, but he's got a golf, like he's got some golf holes back there. So, it's very, very cool that they've been able to do this and have him involved in the game in this way, and then be able to create his course. So, this was done by vctrylnsprts. He had some help from some of his friends. Matt F27, Mayday, Golf 83. There might be one or two others, and I apologize if I'm forgetting who it is. But for the most part, this is Victor's creation in consultation with Gareth Bale. So here's your soccer part right here. We've got a nice little pitch. We've got a bit of a crowd. There's number 11 there. The reason it's called the 11s Club, my guess is because, well, Bale wore 11. So, or I don't know if he's retired yet. He's always worn number 11. So that'll be where that's come from. They've done the corner arc there as well. Yeah, this is some good stuff. And then the course over here. So typically how these things work, the person whose dream course is being created will give some kind of idea of what they want the course to look like, and then the designer designs it, and I don't think they have a huge amount of back and forth with it, but maybe a little bit. And then we kind of go from there. So really cool thing that 2K does. People will know who a lot of people will know who Gareth Bale is, and so they'll probably be curious about what his course is like. It's also a sane length, which I like too. The previous couple have been kind of long. This one's like 7,200 yards. Anyways, let's get going here. It's like a nice creek back there. Let's go back and have a look. Oop. Yeah, and it's minimally, if at all, planted, which is fine. It looks fine how it is. Some bridges get across it. Looks like it's going to be a feature throughout the course, which is cool. I wonder if that was something that Bale asked for. Oh, spicy. All right, we're not doing templates all course, are we? Ugh. Right in the buttock crack. Screens are at 164. Isn't too crazy. Also not slow. Oh, you little bugger. Alright. Nice little opener. I don't know what kind of template that is, but that looked like a template green to me. Yeah, I think we hammer this. Feels like the fairways are a touch on the softer side, although that might just be just the way 2K is. Okay. That looks template-ishy as well. There's no way that Gareth Bale asked for a template course, is there? Wouldn't put it past him because he is quite the golf geek, from what I can tell. Play the backstop. Oh, almost like we knew what we were doing. I hit driver because I thought it was gonna be a fairly straight, you just run onto the green, but didn't notice that it was elevated, so hard no. Good stuff. We're playing the black tees, I think it is, and we're playing pin 2. We always play pin 2 because that's what we do. Okay. Looks like we can just hammer it right over this. So you could hit 3-wood here. Not sure why you ever would when you can hit driver over all of it. Although, I mean, Victor does use a Fisher-Price driver, so maybe it's more difficult for him to pull this off. Why are we so damn slow? I mean, we had those bunkers cleared by about 1,000,000 miles. We just hit it in here. Alright, well. Run it along here. Wish that the fairways were a little firmer, but we weren't gonna get there anyways. Nice that we've got the lake down here. It's there. I mean, it's in play for a second shot for sure, because if you tug it a little bit, you're gonna get it running. It looks like the rough will keep it out of the water at least. But it's there. I mean, it's definitely there. You have to pay attention to it. Why are we so friggin' slow? Ay, ay, ay. Bunkering looks nice. Let's just say we did that so we could come visit the bunkering. Okay, crummy drive, crummy approach. Par. On a par 5, hate to see it. This has some Redanish type features too. Is it a Redan? Kind of. It's not like a full-fledged Redan, I don't think, but it's close. There you go. That must have been a bit downhill. I didn't notice that. Yes, putt. Nice little par 3. I'm enjoying this so far. It's got a cool look to it. It's not the widest course you're ever gonna play, which is fine. Oh, trees. We're gonna go down the left here because it's shorter. And potentially there's an angle over here for a second shot. What would I have had if I'd have gone more over here? I would have had a lot. And I would have had no angle at all. So I think I would risk hitting in the rough to go this route. Just because I don't like having it from coming from here. Like, this is all really in play. I mean, it's not a fantastic angle where I am either. I didn't get it far enough to the left, but short par 5, I want to get after it. And get after it, I have. That's how we play that one. Eagle. Yeah, I'm not sure why I would ever go to the right on there. I understand how that centerline hazard's been made. Like, you go left, it's narrower, that gives you the angle and the shorter shot. You go right to be safe. I don't think I'm playing safe on a tee shot on a par 5. And even if I hit it in the rough, I can get it close, I think. I don't think I can quite get there, but I can get it close. And then, you know, fairly straightforward par 4 here. That's gonna have to sit just a hair. Just a hair. Just a little. No! Ugh. Yeah, okay. A little front to back. Oh, we've goosed that, but it's only gone in. It's only gone in. Now we get a 524 yard par 4 where we're pinching driver. Yeah, that seems kind of narrow on a par 4. I mean, that's as good a drive as I can hit, and I'm gonna. I don't know how big of a how much danger there was in me missing that fairway, but woof. And then I guess we may as well stuff the iron shot too. We're gonna hit such a good drive. Greens are fairly straightforward for putts, I'm seeing. There's not a huge amount of break on them. I am kind of curious what the like kind of what the request was from Bale. But I mean I could ask Victor easily enough. I know how to get a hold of him. But I tend to prefer to go out and just play it as it is. Partly just to not have any preconceived notions of it. I mean, here, I don't really love the idea of hammering a driver way up here for a pitch, but I also didn't like the layup, so we're going to hammer a driver up here. Pitch is actually not too bad. Not, I don't know if that's the... Well, actually, no, it makes a shorter par 4 potentially interesting. It's just that I had absolutely no problem whatsoever covering that bunker, so... I don't know. And then, oh, what's going on here? You could play 3-wood over here and leave yourself forever. Or you can hit driver over here. Well, no. Oh, jeez. That's slow, really? All right, well, we'll take some rock help then. Thank you for the bailout rock. I didn't quite get enough. We haven't... Oh, we've come close. The rocks look nice. I wonder though if they that was a bailout rock. Did that make that easier than it should have been? I should have been in the rough, and I actually should have been sweating covering the water. Ooh. Don't try this at home. This I'm the creek. So the creek crosses twice. This is cool. Oh, we're there easily, over the water at least. There's a lot of kind of false fronts like this. I don't know how much of that was requested. Oh, hammered that again. Okay. Little flippy parts. Oh, this looks cool. So hang on from here. So for new designers, there's some good lessons we learned here. You'll notice that he's made a point of leaving everything visible from the tee, so you can see like the waterfall at the back with all the rock work, which is great. The creek running through the front and around the back. I can't quite see it over here because of the trees and because I'm standing there, but yeah, like show your work basically is what I'm getting at here. And then that yeah, that rock work behind is really good. I thought there was wind into me. Silly me. Oh, I kind of don't want this to go in. Ah! I was gonna look at that green some more. Damn it. Can I go back? Where was it? Right here. Okay, yeah. So there's kind of three kind of levels to this thing, and we were on the most difficult one by the looks of things. Okay. Makes total sense on a hole of this length. Yeah, it's a nice little green that it's not a small green, but it's divided up and so that it kind of plays like a few small greens, which is cool. All right, not a massive fan of not seeing this water until we scout it. I mean, yes, I know I can do this, but I'd kind of like to be able to see that down there. We're gonna have to hit 3-wood. Unless we wanted to hit partial driver, I guess. 3-wood should be fine though. What's going on with this green? With the green? Oh, okay. Get up there. Get up. Okay, it thought about it. And so it's some restraint shown here too, which I like. A lot of people would make this super red here, and I would be down here somewhere. He just, I mean, it's definitely something to pay attention to, but it's not something that's just gonna rocket it all the way down the green like a lot of newer designers would do, and some not newer designers too. Remember when I was saying putts are straightforward here? Never mind, that one wasn't. Yeah, go to 13. I believe that's the lion's mouth template. And it seems that pin 2 doesn't seem like the easy pin set. Oh no. I always fast everything. And I've been slowing everything today. This is weird. Again with the raised green. Just getting a touch repetitive. Again, I don't know if that was a request though. Aye. Maybe we get ourselves a long par 3, which a friggin' Biarritz. I was warned about the Biarritz. I don't know about a false front on a 230 yard to the front pin par 3. Might be a bit much. Oh, there's our normal fast. Oh, that's, yeah, that's in the Biarritz. Oh, are we gonna go off the other side? Because we did. I mean, I did kind of nonchalant that chip, but still. It doesn't break. Yeah, I don't know. That one, I think you need to lose the false front. At least give me an opportunity to run it on. Feel like asking me to stick a 3-iron there might be a bit much. Then we're gonna get a drivable 4. Okay. Oh, the trees are kind of in my way though. Yeah, that's low. Oh, it might be okay. Oh, is it ever okay? I do tend to slow partials like that. Green's quite large. Assuming you have any confidence at all in being able to hit it solidly if you have to partial a driver like that. I don't know when you don't go for this. I love the rock work again though. The rocks look fantastic over there. I mean overall the environment is very cool. I'm trying to put my head around what it reminds me of. It's really good either way. I just wonder if there maybe needs to be a little bit more danger on this one. Make it a bit of a thought about whether you lay up or not. Or is it just meant to be fun that way? Oh, we're going over here, okay. And then just a little bit of check. I needed a bit more to be perfect, but that works. Okay. I'm guessing tournament objects were a request. If they weren't, I'd rather not see them, but I'm guessing they were a request. I mean, and they're not hugely intrusive in this one either, so they're fine. Just personal preference, I'd rather they not be there. This putt's gonna be tricky. Greens are just quick enough that these downhill putts can get a little bit iffy. So I think you do as much as possible want to be below the hole. The putts downhill, they're a bit slippery. And then we're gonna have this guy. So there's been a lot of these kind of 410, 420, 430 yard par fours. They're kind of a difficult. I've just missed the fairway again. They're kind of a difficult length hole to make all that interesting, unless you just hit it in the rough, in which case you take care of it for them. But yeah, like a driver sand wedge hole is not gonna be my favorite way to finish a course. Again, we don't know what the requests were. We don't know what was there a distance requested. I know that Finau Fresh wanted 8,000 yards, for example. He's got a pretty interesting green here, I think to make up for the length of the hole, and then the cambered fairway as well. And then it looks like if you go closer to the water, you're going to be flatter. So there's some strategy here. It's just, as long as I can hit it on the fairway, if I've got a wedge, I don't care about the angle. I really don't. I think angle works much better when the straighter the face of the club, the more the angle matters. But yeah, it is. I didn't play that hole very well either. So, I don't I don't mind that strategy at all. You gotta kind of challenge the water, and then I mean I slowed it anyway, so I hit a bad shot. All right, overall, oh, there's been some team manipulation going on here too. So I wonder what the goal with the team manipulation was. Are there pin sets that are meant to go with the tees, or because it doesn't look like there's massive amount of manipulation anywhere. Thing with team manipulation, it's a cool thing, and it's awesome that Q figured out that it can be done. And it, when done correctly, it works really, really well. For an official course, you're gonna have a lot of casuals playing it, right? And they're not gonna know, and they're certainly not gonna go look for the information to figure out, well, I'm supposed to do this or I'm supposed to play. They're just gonna go to the back tee and have at it. So, which is again part of the reason why I tend not to look at information beforehand, because I tend to want to play it the way a guy picking up the game is gonna play it. I'm curious how much of a difference it makes, the manipulation. And again, I'm curious if it was a request. Overall, though, I think of the series of the course, I think I've played pretty much all of the courses that, like the so and so famous person's dream course. I think I've played them all. I think this one's the best one. It, you know, it's not stupid length. It doesn't have, you know, really crazy elements and stuff. It's a solid golf course with some really cool, the way that creek runs through the whole property and comes into play about 6 or 7 holes, it feels like. Very, very cool. Yeah, there's just, and it's just the environment of the place. It's just pure golf. And again, going back to what I know, what I've learned about Gareth Bale, makes sense. He makes sense. He just wants a good golf course, and he's not looking for, you know, crazy elevation changes or stupid length or anything like that. So, yeah, it's very cool. Very cool. Highly recommend you give it a go. It looks like a bunch of people have already, which is awesome. Great job, Victor and Mayday and Matt and whoever else helped you guys out with that. And again, awesome that 2K has been doing this kind of thing. I think it's a fantastic idea for putting official courses in the game, is find people who are famous, you know, get them to have their dream course created. It's just such an awesome idea. One of the things that really, differentiates 2K from the EA golf game. Thanks for watching, guys. I will have more courses. I've been in a bit of a rut lately getting courses out. I'm gonna continue to try to rectify that, but stay tuned. Hit like, let me know you enjoyed the content. Hit subscribe, let me know you want to see more. Leave a comment down below, let me know what you thought of it. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next one.